good evening. Guess what I almost forgot? I almost forgot to do my video. I was sitting here watching YouTube videos, watching TV, talking on the phone to everybody that I know. And I'm thinking, I'm forgetting to do something today. What is it I'm forgetting? I'm trying to fix my watch. It's driving me crazy. I forgot to do my video. Better late than never, I guess. But today we have some birthdays because today is Mike Bradley's birthday. So Mike, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mike. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Marilyn Perlman's birthday. I can't read my writing. Marilyn Perlman. There's a lot of them. That's why I had to write them down. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marilyn. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Susan Moon's birthday. So, Susan, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Susan. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Also, Susan Hall Stevens. Susan, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Susan. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And Missy over at Patriots Farm. Today's Missy's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Missy. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you have a great birthday. But yesterday I sang to Callie, but found out that that's not Callie's name. That's just the channel name. The real name is Sabuhi. Sabuhi? S-A-W. This is how I was told to pronounce it. S-A-W hyphenated B-O-O hyphenated H-I-I. Sabuhi. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sabuhi. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. I sang it wrong yesterday, and I probably sang it wrong again today. But I so apologize. But I have fixed it on my calendar. I did try to respond to you. I'll reply back to you. But it kept kicking it back from my my email or whatever. It kept saying address unavailable. So I just wanted to let you know that I did see it. And I did acknowledge it, although they wouldn't let me acknowledge it the way I wanted to acknowledge it. So, and everybody was right yesterday. It was Sophia. Picture this, Golden Girls. Everybody knows that. You know, there's a catchphrase, I think, from almost every show that we watch that, you know, kind of laps in. You know, like mine is from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. He's going the wrong way. How does he know which way we're going? I love that. But there's so many things, you know. I'm trying to think of anything right now. Nothing pops into my head right away. I know, like, I can see it on Welcome Back, Kotter, you know, with John Travolta. He had a catchphrase. Did I do that? You know, on, no, what was that called? Oh, I can't think of the name of it. Urkel was on it. That wasn't Family Ties. That was with Michael J. Fox. It was Family something. Let me know in the comments because I can't remember what it was from. But it was Urkel was on it. And he'd always go, did I do that? So people do that too. There's a lot of sayings. Think of something, let me know in the comments. And try to stump me. How's that sound? Try to stump me and I'll answer you in the comments. And I'll be truthful. I won't Google it. I'll be truthful if I remember it or not. Because I can't. To the bat poles. That's aging myself. That's from the original Batman. I'm trying to think of the... What are you trying to tell me, girl? What are you trying to tell me? That's from Lassie. Okay. All right, Sandy. That's enough of the silliness. So anyway, it was Sophia from the Golden Girls, which I love that show. I just love that. And we watched last night we taped. Well, actually, we watched on Hulu because they found out that NBC cut off the last 15 minutes because they didn't realize that it was going to go long. But we watched the 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live. I wasn't that impressed. I mean, there was a lot of big names, and there was a lot of stars and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just felt that, I don't know. I just think that they should have shown old skits that involved the people. So they showed some. They kind of brought them up to date with, you know, like the alien, the one that's always abducted by the aliens. I love that one. And then not Glenn Close. Meryl Streep was on. She broke up everybody up. And then when they did the Black Jeopardy, I think Eddie Murphy did, who I don't particularly care for, is Tracy Morgan. I don't find the man funny at all. I don't find him funny at all. But I think Eddie Murphy did a better impression of Tracy Morgan than Tracy Morgan does of himself, if that makes any sense. He was spot on. He was perfect with that one. I did like that. But the singers, I hate to say it, but you're old and you don't sound like you sounded when you sang the songs back when you were like in your 20s and 30s. You're in your 70s and 80s now, and your voice sounds like it. I love Paul McCartney. But I couldn't even listen to Golden Slumbers, which is one of my favorite Beatles songs. Not my favorite, but one of my, top 10 favorite songs is Golden Slumbers. Golden Slumbers. And I thought, oh, Paul, please stop. And then even, was it Sabrina Carpenter and Paul Simon? Yeah, from Simon and Garfunkel. Homeward Bound. I'm thinking, get home quick. Please get home quick because you're ruining this song. It's just awful. She was trying her best. I don't know it wasn't Sabrina Carpenter. I think her last name was Carpenter, though. I'm not familiar with her music, but she had a very pretty voice. She tried very hard to save the song, so to speak. But no, it was bad. It was just really bad. And then the other musical numbers, I'd listen to the beginning of it and then I skipped right through it because I thought, you sound awful. You sound awful. So it was like a long 3-hour show, is my point. And then Jim slept through. Jim watched that, and he doesn't really like Saturday Night Live, but he wanted to see it because he thought they'd show some older skits, which they didn't. That couple, but not like he thought that they would. And then he really likes Tracker, and then he slept all through Tracker, which I didn't like Tracker last night. I thought it was just, I know they had to wrap it up because like one of the continuing themes of the show, spoiler alert, he's trying to find his old girlfriend's sister. And then he finds out what happens in this episode, which kind of wrapped it up, put a little bow on it, and it's done. Get out of here. So it was kind of like, I watched it, but it was like, okay, it's done. I know, it wasn't that much. But Jim is feeling a lot better today. So much so that I was just getting ready to, I had every plan of showing you my food today. Excuse me. But when I got up this morning, I had a hard-boiled egg because one of the medications that I take lately has been upsetting my stomach if I don't have food on my stomach. I don't know why. It never bothered me before. Oh, excuse me. I got a little bit of hiccups here. But lately it's been upsetting my stomach unless I have something to eat with it. So I usually have a hard-boiled egg with it in the morning, and because I'm going to eat an egg anyhow some point of the day. So I might as well just eat it then and get it over with. So I had my hard-boiled egg probably about 11 o'clock. And then I was just getting ready to get up and make my lunch at 1. And Jim loves Kowalski brand lunch meats. But the only things they sell around us in Kowalski is the bologna and the garlic bologna, which he's not a big fan of. But he likes like the Dutch loaf and the pickle loaf and that kind of stuff. So he looked online to find out what the nearest place around us that sold Kowalski meats. And he found 3 places. One was in Hamtramck, which is a good 45 minutes from our house. The other one is Dearborn, which is another 45, 50 minutes from our house. And then another one that was in Sterling Heights, which is probably the way we had to go, about 40 minutes. So I said, okay, fine. So we drive there, we get to our destination, and I says, well, it's an empty storefront. He says, no, it's right here. And I go, look at the address on the thing, and look at the building there, and see that it's an empty building. It's empty. There's nobody in there. So, and even on their website, it says open till 4 daily. They haven't even updated their website. So we went way out of the way to go there. I think that there was a quicker way to get there, but we didn't know how to get there, so we used the Waze or whatever, his navigation thing that's in his truck. And it kind of took us the square route way, whereas we could have went like the crow flies somewhat, not completely, but somewhat. But it gave us the most direct route, which was probably the longest route. So it took us 40 minutes. If we would have taken different routes, which would have been a process of like taking this street and then going over to this street, then going over to that street, like that. Still on a regular busy street, but and you still would have had as many traffic lights because it wasn't like all expressway getting there anyhow. We probably could have made it in a half an hour. We probably could have cut off about 10 minutes. Nonetheless, we didn't have anything to do. So that wasn't open. So then he says, well, let's just go home. So then we went the long way back home. Well, the shorter way to go back home, we went up to Hall Road, which you don't know that if you're on M59. So then we were coming back, and then he says, I like that cheese at that other place that I always get, because he likes pimento cheese. And the only place that we can find pimento cheese is at this little place that's about 10 minutes from Christy's house. And we were pretty close to Christy's house. But the cheese place I'm going to just call it the cheese place. The cheese place was probably only 10 minutes from the closed Kowalski store. But we ended up going the long way around, so it took us almost a half an hour. And so, but in the meantime, I had to go to the bathroom so bad. And I said, we're going past Christy's house. I don't really want to use the public restroom. Let's just stop at Christy so I can just run in real quick because I know the code to get into her house. But she works from home anyhow, but that way I wouldn't have had to bother her, because she has like a small office in the back of her house. And so we stopped there, and I ran in and went to the bathroom, and then I was telling her about the Kowalski, and she says, oh, Vincent Joe sells it, which is like a little fruit market that's by her house. And so I said, oh, we'll go over there. So we went over there, and they only had bologna, and that's all they had was bologna, and Jim didn't want to get any there. So then that's when we went to the cheese place, and we got the cheese place, and then we came home and we got home. By the time we got home, it was like 3:45, and I hadn't eaten all day, so I made a ham and cheese sandwich with some avocado and lettuce and tomato on it with a little bit of my honey mustard. And then I had rather than munch on chips or something like that, I had some strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries. And then we did stop at Starbucks, and I got a small Megan dragon fruit drink. And I tracked it all, and I stayed within my points today. At the end of the video, I'll show you my tracker just to show you. Yesterday, I went a little bit over, but I was over my points, but I was like only at 1,300 calories. So I don't have a really big problem with being over my points when my calorie intake was okay. So I'll show you yesterday's and today's trackers, how I tracked. And then Sunday, I was just like looking at my Weight Watchers app trying to figure out something. And then I saw this little button on the bottom next to the macros, because I think it said proteins, something, something. And then there's the one in this. And then there's like a little box and it said add or subtract. And I thought, So I punched on that, and then it said add calories. So I punched on that, and I got the calories. So now my app does show calories too. So I thought, oh, that's really cool. So I did that, and then I was texting back and forth with a couple people, letting them know that I have it. They still don't have it. And I was trying to show them on my app where I had it, and they still don't have that little add and subtract button, little box on there. It's way on the bottom. Like you track, like breakfast, lunch, dinner, water, snacks, all that. And then it lists like the macros, the proteins, the fats, and all of that. But then like there was a little square box that said add and subtract, which I don't know if it's been there all along and I never noticed it, or it just happened to notice it Sunday. But anyway, so I added the app. So then yesterday I'm all confident, overconfident as they say, because I'm thinking I'm going to be able to track my calories too now. And no, the app wouldn't work. And so I thought, oh, I screwed something up. I messed something up. So I unloaded the app, or deleted the app, and then reinstalled it, and it still didn't work. And then when I went on Facebook, I saw from Dish with D that the app was down. So I felt a little bit better that it wasn't something that I screwed up. So that way I know my true calories and stuff like that too. Well, not my true calories, but closer to what me trying to figure it out in my head. So anyway, I'm trying to think. If you could say some prayers. Cynthia Musiel, Musiel. Her cousin Lisa is having some chemotherapy. And if we could say some prayers for her cousin Lisa, I would really appreciate it. And my friend that I told you had the surgery and it came through very successful, has encountered a couple complications. So if you could say some prayers for them, I would really appreciate it, that the complications are just something that they were expecting and not something major that they have to really be overly concerned about. But prayers for them too, I would appreciate it. And then I wrote down some notes because I wanted to make sure I got everything. Yeah, I think I got everything that I wanted to talk about. I did get a card today to my home address, so I can't show you the envelope. And it's a Valentine's Day card. I probably got it on Saturday, but we had so much snow and it was so cold, and I couldn't get to my mailbox safely. So I waited till today because there was no mail delivery yesterday because it was President's Day. So I probably did get it Saturday. But it says, Happy Valentine's Day, wishing you a day filled with things that make you smile. because you always bring such happiness to everyone around you. Nancy Who 52. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you so much. It's really the only Valentine card I got. Although, you know what? I shouldn't say that. It's the only one I think I got because I haven't been to my post office box in a while. I used to have the, like the alert from the post offices that you could get mail delivery. It would let you know that you had mail in your box. And then they did a revamping of the whole post office. And now you can only find out from your home address if you have any mail coming, but not from your post office box. And I'm thinking, it's kind of silly because if you're home, you're going to know you got mail anyhow. But if you're home, you're not going to know if there's mail in your mailbox at the post office. So every time I go in, I do ask, have they updated that yet? And they go, no, not yet. So I go, okay, well, we'll see. So, and then my grandson, Oliver, finally reached 1,000 subscribers. And so he's very happy that he can monetize his channel now. And then he put a little disclaimer thing about thanking everybody. And he's 13. Is he 13 now? Let me think. I got to think for a minute. 14. He'll be 13 in June. So he's 12. So he's, in his little thing, he said, ever since I was a kid, I wanted to have monetized my channel or something. I'll put a little clip right here of his little caption that he put. I just got a chuckle out of that. He's 12. You're still a kid. I mean, he's going to be 13 in June, but it's still when I was a kid. Oh, that's like me saying when I was younger. Those days are long gone. But oh, who gave me? Oh, you know who gave me a chuckle today was Edie, because I am 74 and Jim is 75, and she was talking about her priest when he was doing his readings, and she said that he kind of got them mixed up, and she said, "But what can you expect? He's 75." I started to giggle. I'm thinking, Edie, I'm going to be 75 this year. What are you talking about? Although I can see the point. And then after I started giggling, I thought, yeah, I can see it. Because how many times I was in the shower today and I washed my hair and I got my hair all washed. I rinsed it. I put my, conditioner in. I got my conditioner all out. And then my routine is, not that you need to know it, but and then after that, I washed my body. And I got done with all of that. And then I thought, what am I going to do now? I had to think for a minute. I go, oh, you dolt. You got to wash your body. You idiot. Boink. So I could see that. But I didn't take offense, Edie. I didn't take offense at all. But I found it humorous that somebody that's in their 50s, which I would think too, because I'm in my 70s, and I would think, oh, that poor guy in their 90s. Yeah, no wonder. I completely understand it. But it did make me chuckle. I have to say, it did make me chuckle. But anyway, yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else to talk about. Sandy doesn't have anything else to talk about. I could go on and on. I really can't. When I watch other people, they seem so natural at it. I think I look like I struggle. Like, what can I talk about? What can I talk about? But then I just kind of rattle things off the tip of my tongue. No edit button. I know that. But other people, I think, are more at ease at this than me. Sometimes I don't think I seem natural at it. I'm not fishing for compliments or nothing. Don't think it that way. I just think that other people, it just seems that it comes to them more naturally than me. I don't think it comes off as natural to me, but who am I to judge? I'm my own worst critic sometimes, but I think that's true of everybody. That's it. I haven't got anything else. Try to think. Like I said, let me know in the comments. Try to stump me with some sayings from a TV show to see if I can remember it. I don't know, Edie. I'm 75. I don't know if I'll be able to remember them. Okay, let's talk again tomorrow. And no offense taken. If I make fun of somebody, I'm doing it out of love. In my family, we always make sure that you're okay. But if we attack you, we do it with love. We do it with love. It may not sound it to other people on the outside. They might think, oh my God, they're vicious. That's just how we show love in my family. So I'm sending my love.